Alright class, so the last couple lectures we said on a daily basis we measure things, we get a number means nothing without a unit. You have to put a unit and then you have to care about significant figures, and we went over a lot of problems with significant figures, and then we said now we have to think about unit conversion. Last time on a whiteboard what I showed you was simple unit conversion between the US system or the metric system and the US system. Now what we're going to focus on, we are going to focus on just the metric system and be able to convert between the metric system. I'm going to put up a chart. So if you don't have room, go to a page that you have at least half a page. This chart is pretty long. Okay. Now, what I'm going to write down over here, I'm going to write down prefixes. Okay. Now, what is the largest prefix you can have for metric system is, hopefully you shouting the answer with me, kilo. Okay. Now, what I want you to do, then write down reference. Now after that, the largest metric unit you can have is deci. Lowercase d. After that is centi. Lowercase c. After that is, hopefully you shout in the answer, is milli. After that is micro. Mu is an abbreviation, so it's kind of a U with like a little line is mu. After micro is nano, lowercase n. What's after nano? After nano is pico, lowercase p. What is after pico? Who cares? We'll probably be dead by the time they do whatever it is after pico. Right now they're doing nanotechnology, super tiny. Maybe pico is stuff we see in our lifetime. After that, we'll definitely not be here. Okay, so here are the prefixes for, what did I just do? For the metric system. Now what I want you to do, I want you to put 10 to the third for kilo. For the reference, put 10 to the 0. For the deci, 10 to the minus 1. Centi is 10 to the minus 2. Milli is 10 to the minus 3. Micro is 10 to the minus 6. Nano is 10 to the minus 9. Pico is 10 to the minus 12. Super, super tiny, right? Now, what we said on a daily basis, we measure things. What are some of the stuff that we measure? We said we measure length. We said we measure volume. We said we measure mass. These are the things that we measure. Now that you know the prefixes, all you have to do, know the reference for each one and just attach the prefix to it. Now let's do it. So the reference for length is meter. The reference for volume is liter. The reference for mass is gram. Okay? So, now what does that mean? That means I have kilometer, I have meter, I have decimeter, I have centimeter, I have millimeter, I have micrometer, I have nanometer, and I have picometer. So what you have to do, you just put a meter because meter is a reference, and you attach the prefixes. Centimeter, millimeters, micrometers, nanometer, picometer. So far so good? Okay, so let's do the volume together. So then the larger volume would be kiloliters, and then liters, and then deciliter, and then centiliter, milliliter, you've heard of that, right? Microliter, nanoliter, again picoliter, those are super tiny value. Okay, how about for mass? The largest one would be kilogram, gram, decigram, centigram, milligram, you probably had heard of that, microgram, they use it in biology a lot, nanogram, and picogram. So again, you know the prefixes and you know the references, you just add a prefix to the reference. So far so good? Okay, now let's do practice problem now to see how you would use this one, this table. Here's our first practice problem. Let's say I have 10.1 centimeter. I want to convert it to micrometers. Let's do this together. I taught you this last time. I said write down what's given to you. 10.1 centimeter is what's given to you. Write it down. Now, I don't want centimeter. Where does it go? It's going to go down here. What I want on top, I want micrometer. Okay? So you write down what you don't want here so it can get canceled out. And I wrote down what I want on top, which is micrometer. Now what I need to do, I need to find the conversion between centimeter and micrometer. Okay. Now the first thing I want you to do, tell me which one is the larger unit, centimeter or micrometer. If we go back here, here's centimeters, micrometers. Which one is the larger unit? Centimeter. What I want you to do, I want you to put a 1 next to the larger unit. I want you to put a 1 next to a larger unit. Okay, let's back up for a second. So write down what's given to you. Centi, you don't want centi. It's going to go down here so they can cancel out. And I want to end up with micrometers. I have to look at the conversion between centimeter and micrometers. Put a 1 next to a larger unit. Okay. Now, let's come over here. Now, find my centi. Here's my centi. Okay. And I want to go to micro. Here's my micro. So what I'm doing, what I want to go from centi to micro. This is what I'm looking for. Now, centi is -2. Micro is -6, right? To go from -2 to -6, how many places is that? To go -2 to -6, that's 4, right? To go from -2 to -6, that's 4 places. And these are 10 to the number. So that means there are 4 zeros. There are 4 zeros to go from -2 to -6. Okay, so I'm going to come over here. So we said there was 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 10,000 micrometers is 1 centimeter. Again, I just went over here and I said here is centi, -2, micro is -6. What's the difference between -2 to -6? That's 4. So that means it's 4 0. It's 1 centimeter is 10,000 micrometers. So far so good. Okay, take your calculator out. Now, if you multiply this out, and again, how many sig fig do you need? Ooh, you have to pay attention to sig fig. How many sig fig is this? This is 3 sig fig. How many sig fig is this? Doesn't count. Exact number, right? Conversions are exact number. So 3 sig fig, my final answer. I get 101000 micrometers. Don't forget to put the unit down. Now, do I agree? This has too many zeros. We don't like it when you have too many zeros. So I can write it as scientific notation. Pause me. Write out the scientific notation for me before you see the answer. So, write out the scientific notation. I will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1.01 times 10 to the 5 micrometers will be my answer. So far, so good. Beautiful. Okay, let's do next one. Next one, what I want you to do, I want you to do 6.28 millimeters and then convert it to kilometer. Okay, you ready? The same thing as before. You write down what's given to you, which is 6.28 millimeters. I don't want millimeters. Where does it go? Bottom. What goes on top? Kilometer. Again, we go on the bottom so I can cancel it out. Which one is a larger unit? Millimeters or kilometers? Which one is a larger unit, millimeters or kilometer? Kilometer is a larger unit, right? Kilometer is a larger unit. So 1 kilometer, okay? Now, 1 kilometer is how many millimeters? 1 kilometer is how many millimeters? Let's come over here. So we're looking at kilo, and let me erase this. Okay. So what we're looking at, we are looking at kilo because it's kilometer, okay? And then what was the one? We're going to go kilometer to millimeters. Ooh, we're going to go from here all the way to here, okay? All right, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Kilometer is 10 to the third, and then we're going to go to millimeters, which is 10 to the minus 3. How do I get from 3 to minus 3? How many zeros would that be? To go from 3 to minus 3, that would be 6 places, because you go 3 to 0 and then 0 to minus 3. So if you go from here to here, it would be 6 displacement. You guys are good so far? So I'm going to come over here. What does that mean? That means 1 kilometer is, I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So far so good? Okay, so that's the magnitude. The magnitude is 10 to the 6, right? The magnitude is because, again, we go here, I have 3 to minus 3. 3 to minus 3, that's 6 placement. So the magnitude is 10 to the 6. Okay, so again, I did that. That's pretty cool. And don't forget always how you have to have a unit. Okay, all right. Now make sure you have your calculator next to you. Have a calculator next to you. Take it out right now and tell me what the answer is. Okay, so if you put in your calculator, and let me just give myself a little more room. Probably what you got was, how many sig fig is this? This is 3 sig fig. How many sig fig is this? It doesn't count. Beautiful. Probably what you got was 0.0000628 kilometer. Yeah? Okay. Now, again, remember that you need to do a scientific notation. Too many zeros. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6.28 times 10 to the minus, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, minus 6 kilometer. That's my answer. So far so good. So pay attention to the sig fig, pay attention to the unit, pay attention to the doing the scientific notation, and then you're good to go. Now, some of you guys may have learned that you look at the displacement and you put minus and pluses. I don't like to do that. I like to keep it simple. As long as you put 1 next to the larger unit, you don't have to worry about the minus and pluses. The other number is going to be a large number, because in 1 kilometer you have all these tiny millimeters. In 1 centimeter you have all these tiny micrometers. So put a 1 next to the bigger unit, and then the other one is just look at the displacement and the magnitude. Okay, I think we should do one more. What do you think? I think we should do one more before we move on to the next one. Here's the next one. 4.21 decigram converted to nanogram. Okay, don't forget, pause my video, and then do this. So I have 4.21 decigram, and I don't want deci, so it's going to go down here. What I want is nanogram. You guys are following me so far? Okay. So this is cool because the deci... Oh, what did I just do? The deci would cancel out. I end up with nanogram. Which one is a larger unit? Deci or nano? You can come over here. It's okay to cheat right now. So here's my nano and here's my deci. Deci is a larger unit, right? You put a 1 next to the larger unit. Okay, we put a 1 next to the larger unit. Now, let's go back here. It's nice that I can just erase this. Now, what I have I'm gonna go between deci, this is deci, to nano. This is deci going to nano. So here is deci to nano. -1 to -9. What is the difference? -1 to -9. To get from -1 to -1 to -9, I need 8 displacement, right? So the magnitude is 10 to the 8th. I need 8 to get from -1 to -9. Okay, so what does that mean? So that means I would put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 zeros. Okay, that means the magnitude is 8. So far so good. Okay, now what are you going to do? You're going to put in your calculator. Do it for me right now. So 4.21 times and then 1 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What do we get? The number that you're going to get probably is, again, that all cancels out. How many sig fig is this? 3 sig fig. How many sig fig is this? It doesn't count. You get 4, 2, 1. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that what you guys get? Okay. Now, write it in scientific notation. To write in scientific notation, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4.21 times 10 to the 8th. Again, it's a big number, so it's going to be to the positive value. So far, so good. All right. Beautiful. Nice job. Now, let's do a tricky one. Okay? You guys got this down. You're ready for a tricky one. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to do 10 meters cube, and I want you to convert it to centimeters cube. Okay? So what I'm going to do, the same thing as before. I'm going to write down 10 meters cubed. And again, pause me, do this on your own first. And then, what do I need to cancel out? I need to cancel out meters, which goes here. On top, I want centimeter. You guys agree? Okay. I want millimeter to centimeter. Meters to centimeter. Which one is a larger unit? Hopefully you're shouting that meters is a larger unit. Okay. Let's go back over here. So we're talking about meters to centimeters. So if I go from, so here's meters, right, to centimeters. So is 10 to the 0, 10 to the -2. How many displacement? 2, right? To go from 0 to -2, that's 2, so the magnitude is 2. All right, so we said 1 meter would be 100 centimeter. Again, as long as you put a 1 next to the larger unit, the other one is going to be a huge number because I have all this tiny one in one big one. So far, so good. That is good. 1 meter is 100 centimeter. We know how to do that. Here's a problem. You're not trying to cancel out meters. What are you trying to cancel out? You're trying to cancel out meters cubed. Well, can I just put a cube over here? Let me see. Can I just put a cube over here and a cube over here and call it a day? No, don't get fancy on me. You can't just put a cube over here and say, okay, now I can cancel out. You can't do that. Why can't you do that? Because these values are not for cube or squared. So you won't be able to use these values if you cube it or if you square it, because these values are not, none of these are cubed or squared. So you can't just cube something or square something. Now the only thing you can do, you can cube the entire thing outside the parentheses, because you cannot just put cube over here, because then this wouldn't work out. This wouldn't work out because this chart that you have, they are not for cube or square. They're just plain, right? And we can use that. So you can have this, and what you can do, you can cube the entire parentheses. Now here's the thing. If I cube the entire parentheses, what does that mean? What that means is the centimeter will get cubed, the 100 will get cubed, the meters would get cubed, and the 1 will also get cubed. So all of those will get cubed. So far, so good? Okay, so I have to pay attention to that. All right, so what is, well, what does that mean? That means to do math, let's do the math together. That means 10 times 100 cubed. Because everything is cubed, and then 1 cube would just be 1. So 10 times 100 times 100 times 100, basically. Now, if I do that, what I end up getting is 1. I don't like it when it doesn't do that. When you stop doing that. 1 times 10 to the 7th centimeter cubed. Again, we couldn't just add cube over here because the chart does not have cube, is not cube. What we can do, we can cube the entire parentheses. When we do that, everything gets cubed because we cube the entire parentheses. So centimeter gets cubed, meters gets cubed. If meters gets cubed, that means I can now cancel out meters cubed. And that means what I'm going to get out of it, I'm going to get out of it centimeter cubed. And just don't forget the math. That is not 100 anymore. It's 100 that is cubed. All right. Beautiful. Nice job. Now, what I want to give you, so next time what we're going to do, we're going to, actually, I'll talk about this next time. We'll talk about density next video. But I want to give you a take-home problem to do. I probably shouldn't call it a take-home since you guys are supposed to be home. So stay home and do this problem. So the first one I want you to do, I'm going to give you 20.5 ounces. OZ means ounces. I want you to convert it to grams. Okay. And then the second one that I want you to do, I'm going to give you 4.28 millimeters square. And I want you to convert it to meters square. Sounds good? Okay, these are the 2 take-home problems or stay-home problems. Do this problem for me and then we'll go over it next time. Nice job today.